Make $200,000 a year cutting hair, and I want to give you guys a free tutorial showing you guys my method, my system on how I go about doing my scissor cuts.
He's always told me
absolutely free video.
how
Let's get straight into the haircut.
Has struggled with cutting his hair in the past, just because there are so many barbers that do not know how to actually use the scissors and how to blend it into the sides. So this tutorial is going to be showing you guys how to do that, and this system I use so many times throughout the day, every single day inside the barbershop. And it doesn't matter whether they get a bald fade or two on the sides or whatever, you are gonna know how to go through these haircuts with such ease after watching this video. So the first thing that you wanna do is fully saturate the hair like you just saw me do, and you wanna separate the top from the sides with a parting. Now to make this parting, you wanna make sure that you keep the recession kind of in mind, because that's gonna be a good telltale sign of where can we actually part the sides from the top. And now we have to locate the parietal ridge, which is the area from where the head starts to actually round off. And now you can see that I'm having my fingers right on the side of his scalp, just so I can pull the hair very, very tightly. So that's gonna create an amazing foundation for me to actually be able to fade into, while also connecting the top into the sides. So you can see my fingers are right on his scalp, right at the parietal ridge. And I'm just going with very, very tight tension and actually cutting the hair. Now, for some people where your hands are a little bit maybe skinnier, it's gonna result into you using a smaller guard to actually fade into this, or if your hands are a little bit thicker, then your fingers are, since they're a little bit wider, essentially, you're gonna use a larger guard to actually fade into it. So you can see I'm going right there, parting the sides from the top. Now you get to see a great angle of my fingers right on the side of the scalp. Very, very tight tension. You can see I'm using the fine teeth of my comb to actually go and control the hair, because the better tension that you can get, the more consistent that cut is actually going to be, and you're not going to have to do so much detail work because you're doing it the right way. And this is super important when it comes to actually being efficient in the barbershop. If we can learn how to have better technique, we can do things the right way, and we don't have to always like go over our work so much. Now, since that foundational line is already cut into the hair, now I can go and actually part his hair straight down the middle. Now it might look a little bit weird, but you're gonna see why. I'm actually gonna go and start to connect the top into that foundational line that I kind of set around the head. Now, when it gets to the front that you just saw me do, that's where I'll maybe leave the hair a little bit longer or shorter, just depending on the hairstyle. So since you're doing more of like a pompadour hairstyle, I wanted to leave it a little bit longer. So if you go back and see, I actually kind of like angled the line down towards his face. Now, once you do that all around the head, you can actually go and just pull the hair straight up to the ceiling and cut that little peak that's going to be created from you actually connecting the hair all around the sides. Now, me actually having a system for my scissor work allows me to be so efficient inside of the barbershop. And I actually go and I put a little bit of 245 indestructible clay inside of his hair. Not too much, because I don't want to make it difficult for me to fade into, but I want to give his hair a little bit of style. And that's another thing that just helps me to be really, really efficient inside of the barbershop. Now, if you guys like the look that this clay gives you guys, I have a discount code just for you guys. If you guys just put in my first name, Jordan, on the 245's website, you guys get 10% off anything you order. But the clay is actually something I recommend you guys get, just because it is something that you can actually sell to your clients and make some money off of. And that's something that I do as well. I actually sell the 245 clay to my clients, and I haven't got one bad review yet. So now you can see that I'm taking my 3 guard and I'm just blending straight up into that first line that I kind of cut into his head. Now, this is where it's gonna depend. If you guys have thicker fingers, you guys might have to do something like maybe a 4 or a 5 guard. Or maybe, let's say you have a little bit skinnier fingers, you might be able to get away with a 2. But for me personally, I use a 3 guard, sometimes a 4, and it's really, really perfect. And you can see that after passing that 3 guard, you can see there's not really too much cleanup work to do. Now that's the great part about this, is that I'm able to give efficient, quality haircuts all in 30 minutes and still charge a high ticket price for them, just because of my skill set, guys. And that's why it's so important to invest into your skill set, because it allows you to just operate at such a higher level inside of the barbershop. Now you can see I'm actually using a 2 and I'm just blending straight up into that 3. Now for my 3 guard and my 2 guard, which is the purple one that I'm using right now, I actually always use them with the lever closed. So when the lever is closed, it's actually pointed towards the ceiling. And for me personally, I don't even see a point in using a 3.5 or a 2.5. A 2 blends straight into a 3, and that is it. Just making sure to get his lineup area very nice and even. You don't want the area over his ear or his sideburns to be a little extra bulky. And now you can see I'm just going and I'm just doing a little bit of refining on the haircut. Now, the better that you do with the block graduation, the less detailing that you actually have to do. This is me cleaning up where I maybe could have done a little bit better job with the block graduation. Now I'm just going and I'm just lining him up. He likes the sideburns squared and the back squared as well. Now you could think this is a super simple haircut. But guys, this is a client that's been coming to me for about 2.5 years, and he pays me about $50 every single time to actually do this haircut. But it's not so much that he wants a fade or he wants designs in his head. He just wants an amazing scissor haircut that is gonna be very easy to style and very easy to maintain. And he's told me so many times it's so hard to find a barber that can actually do that. That's why it's so important to be diverse in our skill set, because if we can cut any type of texture hair that walks into the door, and we could do it at a high level, and we could do it in an efficient time, we're able to build our clientele so much bigger to where we'll never ever be busy. At the time that I'm filming this video for you guys, I'm actually in about like the middle of July, and this is where sometimes barbers experience their slow season, but I'm not experiencing a slow season because I have such a large base of diverse clientele that I just have almost a revolving door of clients that just will never run out. I'm still making $4K minimum every single week inside the barbershop because I just have such a revolving door of clients. Now guys, I'm just going and I'm just cleaning up his hairline, trying to be very gentle. Don't get me wrong, we all wanna have sharp lines, but we wanna make sure that our clients are extremely comfortable during their haircut experience. Now, the cool thing about this system is that if he wanted a bald fade or if he wanted a taper, it would be super easy because after I pass that 3, now at that point, I'm just fading into a 3. So it just becomes super easy. Now I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna finish his hair with a little bit more product, comb it into place. And guys, if you guys wanna learn more about this system and you always want some more haircut tutorials, whether it's crops or with fades or whatever, just let me know in the comments below. I reply to every single comment and I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.